Hello, and welcome to another episode of Twin Peeps, the Twin Peaks Return podcast, or recap show, whatever you want to call us. We'll answer to it. But my name's Tom. That's what I'll answer to.
My name is Kimber.
And we are your hosts this evening. And we're going to recap part 6, entitled Don't Die, which isn't ominous at all.
Maybe that's. The cat's
We've
already
literally-
up to no good.
But yeah, thanks, Kat. Anyway, quick shout out to Cal, who has been in the chat since before we even started. Thanks for showing up, buddy. And it's weird looking at myself over there. So, what were your overall thoughts for this?
It was good.
Not the best, but not bad.
Yeah.
Some cool stuff still happened.
Oh, Ashley's here. Hey, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. Is there any standout moments for you?
Definitely, but I'd rather talk about them in order.
Just matching idea.
So the episode opens, and Dougie is still at the statue. I believe the guy said he was there for an hour. The security guard, he tries to help him get home, and it's kind of similar to when he was trying to get home in the casino. He doesn't really know except for what he was told, and that his door is red. He asks him if he's on drugs, which is kind of a good question for the way Dougie's been acting. And then we see him getting dropped off by the cops at his house. At that point, he touches the cop's badge and says badge, and the cop is like, he's got a thing for my badge. What did you think about that?
I just want him to be Cooper. If I never see Cooper, I'm going to be so upset.
There is quite a few episodes left. I think they're getting there.
I'm just saying.
So then he awkwardly eats sandwiches for dinner with his wife. It's awkward. And she says, finally, oh, tomorrow I'm going to take you to a doctor. Which we've been saying that she should have done a while ago.
Ashley said something in the chat, and it's hilarious.
So he has all the files and stuff that his boss told him to take home for homework. And she asks what they are. And again, he says case files. One of them was blank, I believe. Did you see that too?
No, one of them, he has a bunch of case files, but another one is just a blank envelope.
Oh, is that what it was? The envelope is blank? Me and my half-assed notes. And she tells him to go up and say goodnight to Sunny Jim. He goes upstairs and kind of wanders for a while, and then eventually, Sunny Jim catches his eye, and he goes into the room with them. He's eating chips when he goes in there, so he offers Sunny Jim a chip. And Sunny Jim basically wants to know if he can leave his light on, and will he stay there until he falls asleep, and they're kind of having a nice moment.
And this is the first time we've heard Sunny Jim speak.
Yeah.
We've heard him laugh before, but that's kind of cool because I was curious what's up with his character. But he's just a quiet kid. Simple.
It's the clapper scene, which I thought was pretty cute with them.
And the kid seemed mad, but it was too funny to stay mad. You know what I mean? He was like, "Dad, come on," and then they just were giggling upstairs, and that was quickly ended.
Side note, I'm looking at the chat here. Cal, if you don't believe that Ashley has been savage in fan fiction, you are incorrect, sir. She can be very brutal to fight.
It's true.
Yeah,
we've
both fought her. But so I guess at this point the wife is kind of shuffling through his paperwork and stuff, and you hear her scream for him to come downstairs.
Dougie!
And she sees some blackmail stuff. It seems like pictures of him with that really sweet prostitute that we remembered from earlier in the show. Her name's Jade, and
Jade.
He just says that Jade gave him a ride, and gave him two rides. And she's like, "Oh, I bet she did." That kind of response to it. And as this is happening, she gets a call from the people who Dougie owes money to.
Hi, Tina.
Hey. So yeah, it's like an awkward moment that gets interrupted by a separate awkward moment because she's on the phone like trying to yell at these people and get a meetup going between them.
Now, do you think the person who, because the envelope was left with his case files, right? Or was it just on the table?
I think it was like
It was
in
like
a stack.
Right. So, do you think Charlie put that in there to mess with him since he outed Charlie as a liar?
I don't know if it's like if it goes that deep.
Well,
But
I don't think it's the people calling him because
yeah, I don't have enough information to guess.
if you have any thoughts on that, let us know in the chat.
And then she starts asking him again, like, "Where's your car? Where's your wallet?" Because he didn't have any identification on him. And then she decides that she's the one who's going to go upstairs and say goodnight to Sunny Jim. She kind of like, I guess, like punishes him, like to take away his little moment.
So the envelope was left on the door. It wasn't with the case files. So then it probably was the blackmailers.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
And
Evil
then you
eyes.
told me to write.
Oh, they just had a shot with a traffic light in it, which now seeing the episode is kind of maybe a hint to some of the tragedy later.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt it was a bigger shout out to some of the imagery used in the earlier series, so I really like that. It wasn't I believe it was a blinking red light in the series, like one of those like slow lights on the original one. But I got the idea. I don't know if that's what they're going for, but I felt like it.
Yeah, Ashley says the police found it on the ground, so then I guess it would have been put with the stuff when he went inside. Then also we see the number 7 highlighted. I think that was on a door or something. Do you guys remember where the number 7 was? They've been zooming in on certain numbers throughout the episodes.
I was talking to Tina about this, and apparently she was researching all the numbers like all day.
Yeah, well, 7 gets added to the list for sure.
I mean, N119, like there's a lot. Like I don't know what they're trying to do.
Yeah, there's a lot of numbers
I don't know
involved.
if it's a lot because Lynch likes to put, and we already know that they filmed fake scenes and stuff. Like the actors don't even know the sequence everything's going in.
I actually think this 7 might have been when he was looking through his paperwork because it's like Lucky 7, and he was
that's
like
what it was.
circling it with his finger or something. Oh, Cal's writing all the. Oh no, he's doing a lost thing. I think. Is that what that crap is?
I don't know. Get out of here, Cal. I mean, stay in the room. We need to views, but the lost stuff needs to stop.
So then we get to see Mike wandering around the Black Lodge. And he appears to Cooper and he says, "You have to wake up. Don't die." Then he starts seeing these little lights appearing on the claim forms that are in front of him. And what were your thoughts on that scene?
Well, I think right away I kind of figured out what was up. And because we kind of got like the same kind of like bright orbs, like bigger on the dude's face in the last episode. But I almost felt like these little orbs are kind of pointing out like the lies on the page almost. And this would be kind of a cool thing if like Coop kept this ability after he got better, if he could just tell if people were lying or see lies. I think that'd be really interesting if they kind of gave like he earned something out of this whole, I mean, besides coming back, but
yeah,
like it'd be kind of cool to earn, like he's already like about mysticism and stuff, so it would fit his character anyway. So I think like they're kind of showing him the lines on the page, and he was just drawing around
yeah, they kind of looked like ladders and stair type drawings on the paperwork.
But they definitely called attention to different areas on the page, which we see later actually works out.
So the next scene that we get is Albert is talking to Gordon while he is driving a car. It's raining outside. He gets out of the car and goes into a bar. And there we are introduced to Diane.
Yeah, how did you feel about this? Because and maybe Tina can clear this up for me. You feel like she's a secretary, and you're probably right, given the age it feels, because 26 years has gone by. Or 25 in this. But I always thought like that was his boss. So I don't I don't know where I got that idea from, but maybe because he was reporting. But I guess it also makes sense to
Yeah,
like
I thought it
leave
was his
notes.
secretary. Lisa, let us know in the
No,
chat.
Tina.
Or Tina, sorry. Let us know in the chat. And it's Laura Dern is playing Diane, which I do think that Tina mentioned something about that last week, that she thought Laura Dern was going to be playing Diane. So that's confirmed.
Yeah, we also forgot that, unless you said it, maybe I didn't hear you, with Mike telling him to wake up, or is that?
Yeah, I already said that
You
part,
did?
yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with you and the chat at the same time.
The next scene is kind of a weird one. We see a dude like doing drugs, and they're doing kind of like a drug deal type situation, and the one guy's like doing weird kung fu moves.
Did you catch that guy's name?
No.
Okay, is that this Philip dude? Because his name came up in the credits, and I can't place him unless that's that other guy in the office.
I don't know, because there's like a lot of
The character,
new characters that they're not like stating their names frequently enough for me to pick up on it yet.
So I was wrong. It was his assistant. So that's cool. That gives me a new perspective on it.
Yeah.
Makes more sense why he's just talking about trees.
But he's saying to him like, "Oh, do you have this under control? I'm watching you." He threatens him. He said, "I'm gonna saw your head open and eat your brains if you fuck me over." And I actually rewound, I think, a little bit to make sure I got the wording on that. He does this weird coin trick.
Yeah, I kind of like, maybe because it's happening at the same time we're watching American Gods, and if you don't know and you're watching this, we do an American Gods recap show, and that's kind of going okay.
But it was a bit of a Mad Sweeney.
It kind of felt
moment.
like that, but this one felt more like when Matt Sweeney did it. It was kind of like he was toying with Shadow, but here it felt like malicious. Like I can,
like threatening.
Yeah, like I have power over you.
He isn't Mad Sweeney. Yeah, it just kind of like he like flicks it up, right, and it just kind of hangs in the air and then appears in his mouth.
And then it falls back into his hand, and it's out of the guy's mouth at that point.
It's like goes into the other guy's hand.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Heads I win, tails you lose."
So he's definitely messing with him.
That's Red, and everyone thinks he's the grandson from season 2 in Fire Walk with Me.
Oh. Wait, the coin guy is Red? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, she should host the show. She's much
better.
Yeah.
Really? She does her homework.
She does, man.
I'm just so worried about the spoilers.
And the next scene we get is Carl talking to a dude in a car about smoking, is what I wrote down. That's the old gentleman.
Carl, yeah. And is he the guy who owns the trailer park from Fire Walk with Me?
Lost with Me.
Fire Lost with Me. Thanks, Cal. Oh yeah, the grandson does do magic tricks in the original series.
Dude, she's on point.
That would make
right
sense.
That's cool.
That's cool. But I think this is the same because it's a trailer park, and we don't see many in Twin Peaks that I'm aware of. But it wasn't a shout out. I messed up.
Then we go over to the Double R Cafe. There's a lady eating pie, and this waitress is just like, she has the worst laugh, and she's just laughing at everything this lady says. Her name's Miriam, and she goes to leave, and she leaves quite a hefty tip for what she gets. The waitresses comment on it. And Norma basically says like, "Oh, that's really nice of her. Maybe next time we can treat her."
And she's like a teacher, right?
Was she? Is that what they said?
Yeah, because she got two
yeah.
slices, and she was gonna give the other slice to like the first mom she ran into or something. Like, she seems like she's really sweet.
Yeah, and I think she pops up later.
She does.
Episode. So
that's why she's there.
Yeah, it says back to Dougie, and then the kid driving recklessly. That'd be the druggy kid. So I guess like there's a little Dougie moment, and then we see this kid driving recklessly, and Carl is on a bench smoking, and he watches a woman playing tag with her son. We cut back to the druggy kid who blows through a stop sign and hits the kid.
Yeah, which is cool because, I mean, not cool. That sucks. But last episode kind of made me felt like kids were safe. You know, I mean, we've never seen a kid die in Twin Peaks before. And when they did the fake out with the bomb, you know what I mean? I was like, okay, so when that kid was about to step out, I'm like, oh, is the mom gonna try to run past the kid or something? Like, and no. So I think it like almost like doubled the shock value for me because I was like, oh no, he's safe.
I wrote the kid literally has tire marks on his jacket. Did you guys notice that?
Did he really?
I'm sorry, it made it kind of funny. Like, it's not real, so I'm allowed to laugh.
I mean, even the way he kind of got hit was kind of cartoonish. It was just like it would not happened like that.
Cal says, "Is that Ben
really?
Horn's son?"
No, there's no way that's Ben Horn's
he's
son.
young, man. A lot of people are saying that made them scream and cry. I'm
really,
horribly,
man, I'm desensitized.
I'm like worse desensitized even than Tom. Like,
yeah.
I just kind of watched it, and then when the kid had tire marks on him, it made me laugh a little. They were literally like drawn on tire marks. Go back and look at it. It's worth it.
The ending of The Mist is
It
one of
made
my
Ashley
favorite.
cry. You guys are making me feel
well,
like a bad
I mean,
person.
Ashley also has a connection to children and stuff like that, and she also got to see how horrified, like the teacher was there and saw it happen and saw. I'm glad somebody saw whose face it was, but I'm also worried about her because I feel like that guy's gonna come after her.
Cal is saying is the druggy kid Horn, but I don't think we know that yet.
Yeah, I was almost hoping that the Native American heritage thing would lead to Ben Horn somehow, or Ben Horn's son somehow, since he had that weird connection to it in the original series. But we get to see more of that later.
So Carl is looking at this happen, and he looks at the kid, and he actually kind of sees his life like leave his body.
Yeah.
He sees like a light fly up, and then he approaches the mother, and they kind of like have this silent moment together. What'd you take from that?
I mean, I'm not trying to make a pun, but I didn't realize how impactful this episode was for some people. Like Cal messaged me that was a horrible scene, and maybe I kind of saw it coming then. But I'm sorry, what was the question? What was
Cal says on IMDb the character is credited with the last name Horn.
Well, don't ruin that kind of stuff.
What were you saying? I was saying, how did you feel about him seeing the spirit?
I mean, he's kind of been around all like the weird stuff because we saw him in Fire Walk with Me, so he was there when the grandson lived there with the grandmother. I think twice it happened where they moved their trailer. They said, and I feel like you pick up weird things, being by weird things.
We also see 6 on an electric pole that they focus on.
Yes.
So there's another number.
Now I wonder if we should look out for a 5 because this could be a countdown to when Cooper's coming back. No, I don't know. I just really want it to happen.
Now we go back to Vegas on the next scene, and we see a guy on his computer, and this red square kind of appears on his screen. And after that happens, he goes and checks a safe and pulls out an envelope with a black dot sticker on it. What do you think?
It kind of reminded me, like Treasure Island.
Okay.
The black spot. It's like a mark of death. So I kind of thought it had something to do with like an assassination or something, just because I don't know what this guy's about. I've seen him handle large amounts of money. And so that's what I thought of when I saw the black dot. What did you think of?
They have some comments on the chat there.
Yeah, that is where Chet disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
You're the singer guy. And that where
Chris
he found
Isaac.
that's where he found the ring. And was the manager from the right.
Yeah, I didn't know what to think of the black dot thing yet. I need more. I like to process more information.
We see it go. Mine was a lucky guess, but there's not much else I can equate to a black dot except for the spot from the Spider-Man cartoon. Through little black holes.
So the next scene is a quick one, but it's Dougie's car is being towed by the police because his car exploded. and you kind of see the wreckage of that, and they find his license plate number, and we hear the neighbor across the street once again, 119. Still don't know what's going on with her. And the next thing that we get is we're at a motel, and there's a dude rolling dice, and an envelope slides under his door. When he opens it, he takes out some pictures, and he starts stabbing them with an ice pick.
Yeah, it looked like he drew a little faces on them too before he started stabbing them. But Tina told me that this guy's name is Ike the Spike, which
nice.
We can see that he really likes his spike.
Yes.
It's his favorite toy.
And we can see that it's one of the pictures is Dougie, and the other is a brunette woman. Did she look familiar to you? Do you know who that is? I mean, you guys let us know. Tina, looking at you.
Yeah. Number 6 a lot. Everyone's talking about the numbers in here. So it's like
the 119. That's what their guess was before for that as well. The next place we go is back to Dougie's work, and that coffee guy, the guy who always brings in a bunch of coffee for everybody, is trying to like help Dougie get to his office.
Yeah.
And we see Dougie, and he's just got like a shit-eating grin on his face and a cup of coffee that actually says Dougie this time. And he's trying to get like out of the elevator. He's kind of like just standing in the elevator, and he tries to get out, and the door's kind of like shut on him for a second. But he finally gets out, and he's wearing Cooper's suit again.
Yeah. We're one step closer.
So the boss comes out, and he says he wants to talk to him in his office.
20 times.
And again, the coffee guy helps him get to the boss's office. I like coffee guy. So the boss starts looking through all the paperwork that he took home with him, and he just sees all these like scribbles and like stuff that he drew all over it, and he's like, what am I supposed to do with these childish scribbles? And then did Coop say make sense of it? Or Dougie?
He said, how am I supposed he said, how am I supposed to make sense of these doodles? You know what I mean?
And then he
said, make sense of it. And then he like starts looking at the big boxing poster behind him while the guy's looking at it, right?
Yes. And the boss starts examining the scribbles a little further, and he says like, thank you, keep this to yourself. And I wrote that they have the world's most awkward handshake attempt. No?
Yeah, it's pretty awkward. Sorry, the cat's ripping up our chairs because she knows I can't do anything while we're on camera. Just you wait.
So I guess like the stuff that he was doodling pointed out something to him, or made sense to him.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. I don't think like the things were showing him how to complete his work. You know what I mean? I think they were showing him what's wrong with the work, and that's what brought his like the ladder. Literally, like I brought the eye line down to the problem.
So then we're at the park with Dougie's wife, and she is waiting to meet the loan shark people, presumably.
In the playground, yeah.
He owes money to. And she actually chews them out. Like, she doesn't want to pay them. And she's like, oh, listen, like, this is a generous amount, so what I am going to pay you is $25,000 because he...
50 or 45?
They want 50, and I think he borrowed 20. So she was like, I'm going to give you this 5,000 interest.
Which is better than a bank would give you, she makes a point of saying.
They want 52,000.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no.
So she gives it to them and just drives away, and the guys are like, tough day. And it's really funny to me.
Cal's going to ask who's better, and I have a feeling Dougie's wife or Audrey. It's Audrey.
Audrey's better, down. But I do like Dougie's wife in this scene in particular. Like Ashley said, she loved that. And Joe said too.
Oh, his name's Anthony? I've been calling him Charlie this whole time. So if you ever watch any of our old episodes, the guy's name is Anthony, not Charlie. My bad.
Scraps.
He looked like a Charlie. I'm sorry. It's not Scraps. Scraps is his real name.
So now we see, is it Ike the Spike, you said?
Ike the Spike.
Ike the Spike is covered in blood, and you hear people screaming as he enters the room. We see him murder the brunette who was in the pictures, and chase down a person who just happens to be a witness to all of this. And he brutally murders her as well, and he comes back and his ice pick is mangled because he was stabbing so ferociously with it. Yeah. And he looks really sad.
So sad. Like, I felt bad. Like, this guy just killed 3 women, and I'm like, oh, poor guy. This reminded me a lot of the scene from Heroes where Siler shows up to this office building, and people walk in because it's the woman he kills, like, birthday, and people walk in with a cake, and he's covered in blood, and he just turns around and he's like, oh, cake. And I just think it had, like, that much, like, fun to it.
Everyone in the chat is basically saying it was, like, really darkly comical, the ice pick scene, which I tend to agree with that. It was pretty funny. It was the mangled ice pick and his sadness that really made it.
You love that.
Everyone seems to be like an Ike the Spike. But the next scene we go to is back to the druggy dude, which his name was, what did they say, Robert or something?
It starts with a C, right? Chuck or something? I can look up the chat. No, Red is the grandson with the coin. And then... Oh my god, you guys talk so much. I love it. But
so we're back to him, and he's trying to wash the blood off the front of his truck.
Yeah. He's using like alcohol or something, and I don't even know if that
would really... There wasn't that much, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't that much gore for...
But I feel like there is definitely bits of something like in his, like, there's no way that's all it takes to get his stuff clean. You know what I mean? Like, he'd even look in the radiator. In the chat. Oh yeah, probably by now. It is Richard, man.
Richard, yeah, I thought it was. So yeah, that's just the last scene we really get to him. And then our last major scene is Hawk in the bathroom, and he drops this coin, and he goes to pick it up, and we see that it's like an Indian head nickel. And then as he's doing this, he notices the logo on the bathroom stall is also like a Native American person.
Yeah, it's like a logo for the company that makes the stall.
And he sees that like a part of the door is kind of peeling up. So he goes and starts prying it open with a crowbar. And in comes Chad. Hawk tells him to use another room. He continues trying to pry this open. And the guy like kind of gives him attitude about it. He's like, oh, I'm going to go tell someone you're doing this. Like type
I hate that guy.
Type of deal.
I guess they have a conspiracy.
Fuck Chad.
Oh, that's okay. That's who Chad is. Okay.
I got it. So, he finds some paper. It seemed like
receipts. Yeah. It looked like something. We never saw what was on them.
No, I don't think so. And then we see the sheriff's wife comes back to complain some more. He continues to be extremely reasonable with her.
At least we get some, because I feel bad because I was kind of criticizing her last episode.
She continues to be awful, and his coworkers, like the second he leaves the room to go help her to calm her down, they start talking about how she's awful.
Yeah, Chad does.
And then, one of them's like, she didn't used to be like this. And then we find out that their son committed suicide. And the one male coworker's a real dick about
That's it. That's Chad.
Yeah. Is that the same fucking guy? Chad. Oh my god, that guy's just the worst.
Dude, he's the same one too who was at the bar. And remember when Richard was smoking last episode and he's like, I'll take care of this. Give me some cigarettes.
Oh, is that the same guy?
That's Chad.
Oh man.
He's the corrupt cop in the group. And I thought,
horrible. So yeah, he like totally tries to make like a mockery of the situation. Everyone else looks pretty uncomfortable because it's a pretty terrible thing to do. And then the band plays us out of the episode.
They do. That's why
well, these people
emergency
seem to
toilet paper. That's funny.
Chomping at the bit.
Maybe get a couple let's as long as there's no Cal, I'm not sure of your schedule, but I was going to see if we can get Ashley and Joe in here because they are new callers for this show, while they have been on every one of our other shows now that they were.
And in our apartment hanging out.
And in our apartment, and in our lives, and in our hearts. Yeah, the band playouts are kind of getting old now. I think it would have been cooler if it was the same band. Oh, you think that might be pages from Laura's diary? They look like receipt forms, though.
Who said that?
Tina did, and I'm not gonna doubt Tina.
Yeah, because she's got some pretty good opinions of that thing. That wouldn't just.
But why would they be in the men's
Because of how
bathroom
she gets,
at the police station?
She knew cops.
But I mean, back then I think there was only
It
3
depends
cops.
on
It
who
was
put
Andy,
there
Truman,
when,
and
because like Bobby works at the police station. There's
Yeah.
stuff.
oh, like Bobby might have had pages and then
Yeah.
ditched them in the door when.
Something.
That's interesting.
Bobby killed a guy.
Bobby did kill a guy. What the Cal's like? What does her diary have left to say? Yeah, I don't know how that would translate to.
All I know is that Tina has more information than we do because she's read the books that go along with the show.
Yeah, Tina's also like, now, if that is the case, did Mike, Bob, or Leland leave them? Because Leland was also in that bathroom, probably, being that he was in the station at one point. Twice. I think we'll call him Joe.
Call him Joe? Mr. and Mrs. Spicy?
Mr. and Mrs. Spice. Yeah, that is true. I just don't know why Mike would have them. That I mean, I like the idea that they might be Laura's diary, but I also am wondering how that's going to lead to.
Hello.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
It's going. Forgive me, we're answering rather quickly. Gotta sit down here. Sorry, everybody.
Oh, it's fine. You're just ruining the show.
That's cool. That's what we're known for.
You're the one who called me, Tom.
He's got a point, Tom.
Yeah.
So you're ruining your own show.
Yeah. Have you watched the show? It happens every time. So how you guys feel now that you're caught up on Twin Peaks?
Weird.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Not you, Tib.
Hi, Tiblet. Or Tibbet. I always put. It is okay. Where does this like fall for you in like ranking of the episodes so far this season? Like, are you a more fan of the weird, or are you more of a fan of like the solid storyline?
I'm kind of more of a fan of the solid storyline. I'm really ready for Coop to be Coop again.
I hear you on that.
I like the weird one.
But I'm also like the weird episode might be my favorite, just because
Like
it's so.
This one was fun. There was a lot to it I really enjoyed, and this episode birthed the F Dougie hashtag, or not Dougie. I'm sorry, I love Dougie. F Chad hashtag.
For sure.
That guy's the worst. I didn't realize all those terrible people were the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when he was like, "Oh, like I'll take care of this in the bar" in that last episode, and it's like, "Here's some money." Like, cool, bye.
It's not just that. Like his first appearance in the series is when I think like the sheriff, Hawk, and Andy are getting all the files together for Hawk to look through, looking for Coop. All the stuff from the Laura Palmer murders and everything. And Chad walks in and he's like complaining about like, why are we doing this? It's such a waste of time. Ugh, it's so dumb. Oh, Andy, you're such an idiot. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh my god, I hate this guy so much.
Don't talk to Andy like that.
Yeah, you don't talk to Andy like that.
And then the fact that he's like, he couldn't handle being a soldier. It's like, oh my god, like everybody should like take you out behind a barn and beat you now. Like that is so disrespectful. And just like the disgust on that one female officer's face is like, she's like, I don't even know what to do. I'm just gonna do my job.
Yeah.
He's
Am I the only one who hopes that Wally comes back?
Wally.
I mean, I almost feel like Wally is
Michael
what.
Cera.
Oh yeah, totally. I loved Wally.
I almost think Wally is gonna be what I wanted James to be, and that was gone.
Oh, come on.
Um,
Come back, Wally. Bring your beautifully embroidered custom Wally jacket.
So we've seen him interact with one character besides his parents. Who else would you want Wally to talk to?
Hawk.
Coop. Ooh, Hawk. Hawk would be cool.
Oh,
Actually, I would
Yeah.
like to see him also deal with oh crap, he just said it. James. Like Wally's like, I'm so cool, and James like, you don't know the meaning of it.
Yeah, James also had a horrific accident, so I don't know if he can keep up with Wally's wit.
how about Wally versus Ike the Spike?
That would be epic.
Or, maybe his godfather, not really, but like Dick Tremaine from the original series, the other potential father. He's such a horrible person. I don't even know if that actor's still alive, but
Yeah.
So
Well, is there anything specific you wanted to talk about this episode?
I really didn't. The catch that I mentioned with the guy who was the manager of the trailer park. I
Carl.
even noticed that. I'm like, who is this? This is just one of those weird one-off characters like the teacher in that same episode and stuff. Until we watched Firewalk with Me on our catching up with everything else pre the revival. And then I'm like, oh my God, that's the same numbers from the episode we just watched. And then, oh my God, that's the same dude. He's not all gray right now.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting pull.
I was convinced they did a good job because I thought something was going to happen to Carl. I didn't think something was going to happen to the kid, so it was cool.
Like for a second, I thought Carl was going to like push the kid out of the way or something.
Yeah.
The way they kind of set it up, where he was kind of aware of something was wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do think it's interesting that Carl saw the kid's soul fly away.
Yeah.
yeah, that made it just even more sad. It's like, oh.
But if we're using Disney rules, that kid was evil. Because it was bright green, ethereal.
It was yellowy.
It was a yellow.
He was a little kid.
Maybe I'm colorblind and self-conscious about it. I'm not.
Tom thinks kids are evil. This just in.
Me?
He's not wrong.
I don't.
I think kids are evil.
But yeah, all in all, I really enjoyed this episode. I'm really ready for Coop to be Coop again, and I'm really tired of Dougie Coop. And like I like Dougie Coop. I'm done with Dougie Coop.
I really love the interaction with the little boy. Like, he just seemed so excited that his dad was gonna, like, stay with him, and then they're playing the little clapping game, and then the mom is screaming downstairs, Dougie, get down here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she should rightfully be mad.
Of course, and she's like, who is this Jade? Jade gave 2 rides. I bet she did. And he's just like so happy that he recognized someone.
So I had mentioned to Ashley that like this whole family thing, it's really interesting. It's not going to end well because eventually Cooper's going to come back, and Dougie, I don't think technically even exists anymore because Dougie was just a contingency for the doppelganger.
Yeah.
So eventually Coop's going to come back and just be regular Coop, potentially. Who knows? It's David Lynch. Who really knows with this? And I don't know what's going to happen to that family. Like, either Coop's going to try and like watch out for him and take him under his wing kind of situation, which I don't even know if that's going to happen, or something horrific is going to happen to them.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm sorry, Ashley, go ahead.
in a previous episode when they were doing the autopsy on that body where it was like a woman's head, but like the body was actually different, they found that woman's wedding ring in the body, and the inscription was Janie Jones.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
thought that was very interesting. Like, how did her ring get there?
Cal says in chat that he thinks it's funny that he still goes by Dougie, that he hasn't like aged up into Doug or Douglas. But if you look at like the way he dresses and like the hooker thing, like everything about this dude kind of screams like cheesy. So it makes sense to me that
bro.
he would, yeah,
Well,
like,
and
go Dougie.
everyone in their family, they end their names with E because it's Dougie, Janie, and Sonny Jim.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's so
What
cutesy.
does it mean? Who stole the
That
cheese?
may be- who stole the cookie from the cookie jar?
These are all questions we want to know the answers to.
Right.
Nice.
So, but yeah, all in all, fun episode. Really looking forward to seeing what they're going to do from here on out. But just really ready for Coop to come back and be Coop.
Yeah, we're with you on that for sure.
For sure.
Fingers crossed for next week. Who knows?
Yes.
Who knows?
We'll know on Sunday or Monday.
Is Cal coming in
Well,
next?
Cal will be next. Thank you guys so much. Do you guys have anything to plug?
most recent BFF thing that you guys plugged last night, I think, our Harrison Ford little bonus thing.
Yeah, and then Wonder Woman should be coming out soon, so it's gotta finish editing that. So
Yeah, and I'm going to try
Maybe
to
later.
slot our OSP celebration of women in pop culture, the Wonder Women episode, around the same time. So we'll be able to, cross promote and stuff because we're good at that.
We try.
We'll be in touch.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Y'all take it
Later.
easy.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
Later.
I love those guys.
He was talking while you ejected him.
I didn't even eject him. He exits. See, the option is still there. He did it to himself. Thank you. Kimber got me this shirt. I think it was one of the first shirts you gave me.
Yeah. We've had that for
There's a
few
long
years now.
history of Kimber courting me with t-shirts.
If you see Tom in a cool t-shirt, I probably got it for him. True story.
Oh, my dad.
Damn.
Just kidding. He doesn't.
Do you
Fine,
send
cool
Cal
shirt.
an invite?
No, I was giving us a little time to banter in between, but I'll invite him now.
To banter about your dad.
My dad. I love how he's finally popping up on. I don't have to do anything. Maybe the chat has ideas for a poll next week for Twin Peaks.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want us to do Twin Peaks polls, let us know. I was gonna do maybe who's your favorite Coop? Dougie Coop,
And
Real
maybe
Coop.
maybe we can take a moment to talk about the channel giveaway that's coming up. We're gonna have all the stuff soon, right?
Yeah, I have most of it right there.
So I think we'll show one thing off while we're waiting for Cal.
So yeah, we're gonna be doing a few giveaways for the channel. So we've been racking up some items, and one of them is here for this show, because we're doing a channel themed giveaway, and we got a super cute Log Lady pop vinyl. I know there's a glare. Hopefully you can see her. It is really adorable in person. It's one of the more detailed ones that I've seen. And she's gonna be up for grabs in the giveaway. One of them.
So yeah, we're gonna be posting a giveaway video, and all you're gonna have to do to enter is be subscribed to the YouTube channel and comment on the video. And there will also be additional ways to enter, such as retweeting the thing, being a patron. All these things will give you extra advances.
Hey, buddy.
What's going on?
How'd you like this episode?
It was okay. I mean, anything with Dougie Cooper, I love because he's just funny. I think he's adorable. I know that one scene was really brutal. I know I texted Tom after seeing it. I was like, oh man. I mean, I was saying they kind of did it in Twin Peaks way because even Tom said the way the kid got hit by the car, it wasn't real life. It was just I don't know. It was just weird. I couldn't believe that they would do that in Twin Peaks. That's what I felt.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I think I'm just really desensitized. I didn't think about it that much. I feel bad now. You guys made me realize that I'm awful, so thank you. I appreciate that.
I love you.
Other than that, this episode was all right. I mean, I liked the spike and stuff like that. And there's a lot more humor in the scene, but it's cool. I knew as soon as he started doing that stuff on the case files, I knew it was gonna I was like, imagine this leads to something where his boss figures something out, and that's what ended up happening. Stuff like that. It's cool to see that he's got part of the Cooper left in him, so he sees little patterns and connections. But it's really interesting to see where this goes from here because I feel like it's drawing out a lot, And
yeah, like we said, there are quite a few episodes in this series.
And it's Lynch.
So he likes to take his time, man. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of questions that he never answers just because that's the type
Is
of...
there going to be another season after this, or is this it, one and done?
I think it's one. I think it's just one.
I mean, it depends how well it does.
But yeah, if it does really well, maybe they'll do another one. But I think as of right now, it's just the one.
So there's no real big mystery. It's just about getting Coop back and stuff like that. There's no who murdered Laura Palmer.
Keep in mind, there's a lot of parts. It's an hour an episode. I wish we had this many episodes of Game of Thrones in a season. There's a lot of them. And I think
They
there's
have
gonna
time.
be. I think there's gonna be multiple things. We're still meeting new characters.
And
We
we
don't know
were
what's going
talking
on with
about
Seyfried.
Amanda Seyfried's
Seyfried.
character.
Mhm.
That she was giving us Laura Palmer vibes, so maybe they'll do something with that.
And
We just don't know.
I don't think anyone has said it's happening again yet in the show, and that was like the big tagline and trailer.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is and when it's happening.
I can't hear what he's saying, but
Tina is saying in the chat that Kyle McLaughlin said that there might be more. So hopefully, if again people just keep watching it, maybe it'll do well enough that they keep going on with the series. But Tom was just saying that like there's a lot that hasn't we don't know yet, and there's a lot of episodes, so a lot could happen.
I just feel like if it was trying to pull in a new fan base, like you know how the original Twin Peaks fans who like really love the show and understand like the weirdness of David Lynch still love the show, but I don't know if it's doing anything to pull in new fans. That's how I feel. So like I hope it does, but like getting another season out of this, I don't know. Like I don't
Yeah, I
think
don't
they
know.
understand the weirdness of him.
I'm just trying to enjoy the season that we do have. You know?
Yeah, I know. I am enjoying it too. I'm just saying, like, I feel like if they're basing hopes on getting more viewers to have another season, it's gonna be hard because of the way it's
You
You
also
know?
have to think of what Twin Peaks was though when it came out. It was not a commentary, but it was definitely influenced by all the soap operas that were popular at the time. And so we got more of that vibe because that was what's popular. I think audiences today who are interested in a show, and I mean we're not getting this is Showtime, so people who are interested are going to go out of their way to get it. It's not like it's going to be exposed to ABC, which was its original thing. So it already has a click market, a niche market is what I was trying to say. So I'm not worried about it.
Did you have any thoughts on stuff in the episode this week?
Just besides the kid getting hit and Dougie, like I just love that. I really honestly forgot a lot about the episode. Besides the Dougie scenes and the kid getting hit, I completely forgot about that drug dealer scene with the you guys were talking about the coin tricks. I completely forgot about that until you mentioned it. I did remember that looking at the license plate, they found the license plate at the outside the meth head's house, and then I remember the Dougie's wife scene. I thought that was funny. That was a good scene. And the Ike the Spike, obviously. But other than that, I didn't really remember. I completely forgot about the Hawk scene, which is like a pivotal scene, but I completely forgot about that scene too. So,
what did the guys say about her? He was like tough
day, I think they said.
Tough day, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was actually Jeremy Davies, actor from Lost.
Oh yeah,
the one on the right.
Oh, the skinny dude.
Yeah. That's what
I like their fashion choice. I like the big guy's little outfit. I don't. He was like looked like he was ready to go on like a desert adventure.
Yeah, I like that the people still look so 90s. Like even the drug addict dude, like he looked so of the time period of the first series of the show. He has like a really good job finding people for what he's looking for. Like they look like they're from that world.
Yeah, everything, like even like the diners and stuff and the cars, they don't even seem modernized, you know what I mean? So like who knows if it's just the lie on time forgot kind of or whatever they say for that, like I mean they do have cell phones and all that, but still it's kind of well, Ben Horn did have that old cell phone, right? Back in the old season he had the giant phone, I think, if I remember correctly. So they did have cell phones in a way, but I guess I don't know, like most of it's still like aged, all the stuff they have.
Yeah, cell phones still freak out Lucy. So.
Yeah, I do agree with you what you said about the band. I forgot who said it, you were Tom or Kimber, but like I wish it was that original band because I remember commenting on how much I liked that female band that was in the first episode. Yes. I really liked the music. That made me reminisce about Twin Peaks, like the old Twin Peaks. Like I got that vibe, and like I don't feel the same way. I know one episode ended with Dougie, but the other two ended with the music. I really didn't feel the same way as I felt after that first episode with the female band.
Yeah, I agree with you. For sure.
All right. Is anyone else calling in tonight?
No, I think that's everybody in the chat.
Because I know you got to go to work early.
I do have to go to work early.
Oh yeah, Ashley says that Sonny Jim's reading a book, not using a tablet. So yeah, it's another sign of the times. How it is.
Or good parenting.
Yeah.
From Dougie.
Well, the mom. I don't think Dougie's really hands-on. I don't think he was hands-on beforehand.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But I feel it's consistent through everything. It's like everyone's car that I see them driving and stuff. It's more like old-fashioned and all that kind of stuff. And they're like what Kimber's saying, their wardrobe and attire and all that. So I think it's consistent throughout.
Yeah.
Except for the one cell phone, which I think was a flip phone anyway, which is kind of considered old school, you know,
Yeah.
for a cell phone.
Cool.
All right. All right. Well, that's everything. If you guys enjoyed this, come and check out next week's episode again on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Central Time. And if you like
Eastern Standard.
what somewhere between there, 8:30. No, 8 o'clock.
8.
But also we do an American. Me and Cal do an American Gods recap on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and check that out. We just did an episode yesterday. If you check out the cards that are that little icon in the corner, that'll drop right down, and it'll link to the episode right there. You can tweet at me at OddShapePanel.
I'm at Kimberbatch_OSP.
And Cal, where can they find you?
At Variant Deja Vu.
And I think that does it for this episode of Twin Peeps. Thank you so much for coming through. And stay tuned for those details on the giveaway. And this coming Monday is a Q&A discussion about recent news. And our trip about Philly. Tomorrow, I'll be dropping a fun little Odd Shape Travels that I got in my inbox today. So check that out. There's another familiar face right there in the box that we're talking to.
And tomorrow I'm going to be recording for a first episode with one of our lovely group as well, Mormo. So he's working on something. He's working on 2 things
for the channel. So look out for some new content. It's going to be cool. But thank you so much, everyone. And again, check out oddshape.channel.com. I know I forgot to post a link, but if I ever do that, if you're ever wondering where's the link, it will be on the website. So check that out. And Cal's looking at his watch, so I guess it's time to go.
No, I got a message on my iWatch. Sorry.
No, it's fine. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.